and what's going to be happening moving forward, so that there's no questions or anything like that. And so welcome, and we'll get moving forward with our next slide.
Solo queríamos darle la bienvenida, yo voy a ser la traductora, a todos los papás. El maestro Serlino estaba mencionando que no lo podemos creer, que ya estamos en el último paso antes de graduación. Bienvenidos a todos. Si tienen alguna pregunta, aquí estamos para apoyarlos. Go ahead.
Great. So when is graduation? Graduation date will be June 18th at 12 o'clock p.m. That is the Friday. It is a Friday, June 18th. The ceremony will be outdoors. Each student will receive 2 tickets. So we're going to hold to that. 2 tickets for that event. Ms. Alonso, I'll try not to talk too much so that, we can keep it simple. Go ahead.
Okay, so la fecha de la graduación va a ser es un viernes, viernes 18 de junio a las 12 de la tarde. La ceremonia va a tomar parte afuera y cada niño va a recibir 2 boletos para poder asistir a la ceremonia. Vamos a tomar fotos ese día. Algunos papás están preguntando que cuándo vamos a tomar las fotos para los niños que se van a graduar. Ese día van a hacer cuando tomemos las fotos, van a tomarle una con su traje de graduación y una con sin el traje, con su vestido debajo. Y los alumnos tienen que asistir ese día a las 9 de la mañana. Nosotros vamos a tener algo para ellos, una sorpresa especial a las 9 de la mañana para que ellos asistan y estén listos para la graduación a las 12.
Awesome. Whoa. Oh. Okay. Sorry, just move forward before I got to the last 2 points, but it's all good, Miss Alonso. You got ahead of the game. So, yeah. 8th grade pictures will also be done on that day. We'll be doing one with the cap and gown, and the other one, the formal 8th grade picture. We'll have a photographer there for you. We do ask that we wear appropriate formal / semi-formal attire for this. We will be practicing social distancing throughout the ceremony and during that time, and we're asking that students have to be there that day at 9 a.m. and so please be there. Okay.
Okay, so this is our song. So we have some graduation ceremony requirements. Miss Collier is going to talk to you in English, and I'm going to do my best to do it in Spanish.
All right, good evening, 8th grade parents. You've made it. Oh my goodness. We've got some requirements. One of the things we really need our 8th graders to work on is attendance. This year, our 8th graders have only attended at 86%, and that is just below the minimum expectation. So in order to walk in the ceremony for the 4th quarter, so that means starting, I believe, this Monday till the end of the year, we are expecting all 8th graders to have 95% attendance. Now, our goal was 96, but that meant they could only miss 2 days. So that's kind of hard. So we want them to miss no more than 3 days. Again, one of the things the district has been harping on us is attendance. And so we're really asking that our 8th graders show up. And in order for that attendance to count, they have to be online for the entire day. Your lovely, lovely babies like to show up for the classes they like, and then they disappear for the classes they don't like, okay? So talk to your babies, let them know 95%, that means they have to be logged in all day, check in all of their classes, including the exploratory. Mr. Perez.
So, tenemos algunos requisitos para los niños para poder participar en la ceremonia de graduación. La primera requisito que tenemos es que los niños tienen que tener más de 95% de asistencia para la cuarto trimestre. Eso significa que no pueden perder más de 3 días de ausencias en sus clases. Eso también significa que tienen que estar conectado en su computadora si están en la casa por todo el día. Algunas veces lo que estamos viendo es que los niños se conectan por la mañana y después se desconectan después del almuerzo. Para este requisito es algo del distrito que necesitamos de seguir apoyando, que nuestra asistencia sigue subiendo. En este momento los niños de octavo grado tienen la asistencia a 86% y que tenemos que subir ese por ciento a 95% por cada niño por este trimestre.
Okay, number 2. Students may not have D's or F's for the fourth quarter in any classes. Again, this includes exploratories. So we love our 8th graders, but like I said before, they show up for the teachers they like. They do work for the teachers they like. And then the other teachers are just like, no. So we really want you to be on your babies. This is our last chance to fill them up with what they need to be successful in high school. So our expectation in order to walk in the ceremony, so that means to be outside with us on the stage, in order to walk in the ceremony, they may not have any D's or F's in any classes. Now, they tend to have a long time to turn in their work. So if they are missing work, they can turn in their work almost up to the 8th week. We usually give them the 9th week, but they're graduating. So we're going to cut it off on the 8th week. So really work with your students to make sure they are turning in all their work and they're showing up in all their classes. Mr. Perez.
También la segunda requisito que tenemos es que los estudiantes no pueden tener grados de D's o F's en cualquier clase. Eso también está incluyendo las clases de explorativa, que significa la clase de música, salud y la clase de educación físico. Lo que dijo la subdirectora Collier es que los niños tienen tiempo para entregar sus tareas. Tienen mucho tiempo para poder entregar esas tareas que están perdidas. So necesitamos que ustedes trabajen con ellos y les sigan apoyando cuando no tienen sus tareas o sus notas donde deben de tenerlos, ¿verdad? Que no tienen sus notas de C o mejor. Es algo que estamos tratando de enseñar a los niños de ser responsable y eso va a ser el primer paso que tenemos que hacerlos.
Okay, so number 3, this one is an easy one for your students. We're saying they may not have excessive tardies or behavior infractions. And so excessive tardies, if we're talking, they've got 10 weeks of school, which is approximately 50 days, maybe give or take some. We're talking they shouldn't have more than 10 tardies, but I don't want them to get up to 9 and stop. So excessive tardies, they need to be at school on time. And this has been a great class. It's been a crazy year. So no behavior infractions. And I don't believe we've had one behavior infraction that we've logged for this 8th grade class. So they are really wonderful. And I know that's not a problem, but all we need is kind of good skills coming to school. Come to school on time, stay in school all day, no D's and F's. We're asking for them to be good students this 4th quarter. And then the teachers have some wonderful things for them.
Y la tercer requisito que tenemos es de tener los niños que no deben de tener tardancias excesivas o también mal comportamiento en nuestra escuela. En este momento los niños de octavo no tienen mal comportamiento, no hemos tenido ningún referidos al niño de octavo grado, o sea, eso está viendo bien, pero lo que tenemos que poner de acuerdo es que cuando los niños están aquí y cuando están en su clase en remoto, que no están tardes. Si tienen muchas tardancias, no van a poder de participar en la ceremonia.
I think we can go to the next slide. There we go. Okay, so in order to pass 8th grade, so we need our students' final average grade to be a C or better in class. And this is also participation. So we really want you guys to work with your students. We've got some kids, some of your students have been just amazing as far as doing work and dealing with this situation. Some of your students need a little more encouragement. We want their final average to be a C or better, and that goes to the not getting any D's or F's. So it's kind of saying the same thing in a different way. We need our kids to not get any D's or F's, so that means they have to have an average of a C.
Este año, como estamos en la pandemia, los requisitos para pasar, para seguir de la promoción a la escuela secundaria, los niños no pueden tener más bajo de una C en todas las clases. Si tienen bajo de una C, eso significa que va a tener que ir a la escuela de verano y no van a poder pasar o estar no pueden seguir al próximo nivel, que es noveno grado.
Can we, can we make clear that, just because I don't want, parents to get confused, that attending graduation is one thing and promotion is another thing? So can we just?
Absolutely. So, just because of the situation we are in, the state has agreed again, and this is at the state level, this is not at the district level, that all students will be passing. So all of your students will go to high school, right? So what we're sharing with you is just about the celebration. And to be a part of the celebration, these are the things we're asking kids to do. We're looking at just this quarter. We're asking for grades for just this quarter. We're asking for attendance for just this quarter. So if you work with your babies, we got some great slides coming up. Mr. Perez.
So, estos requisitos son los requisitos para poder participar en la ceremonia de graduación. No es que los niños no van a estar no van a seguir al próximo nivel, porque el Estado sí ha pasado que todos los niños van a seguir al próximo nivel, pero también van a necesitar irse, van a estar recomendados de irse a la escuela de verano si tienen Fs. Pero estos requisitos que estamos explicando hoy es sobre por la ceremonia de graduación en Yates. I do want to say that again in English just to kind of reiterate. This was something that we are doing at our school level to participate in the graduation ceremony. Promotion will be determined by the district, and at this point, all students will be promoted. However, there will be a recommendation of summer school for students who fall below the D and the F situation. So just because students will be promoted does not mean that they will not have to go to summer school. All right, Ms. Johnson.
Okay, so speaking of graduation and some of the activities that we are planning for the 8th graders, we are trying to make this year still as normal as we can to celebrate their graduation before they all move on to high school. So we tried to pick a few activities for them to do to still celebrate that they are graduating. So on the screen is the list of activities that we are planning and the costs that go with them. There is another slide that will give you all of the dates of these events, but I will just run through this quickly. And if you have questions, obviously let us know. So cap and gown is the only required fee for graduation. It is $35. It is the cap, the gown, the tassel, and I think a little, I can't think of what it's called, like a diploma holder thing that they put their certificate in. That is the only, again, fee that we are requiring for them to walk and get their graduation. Everything else is optional. You can choose to get the graduation pictures, which Mr. Sadalino said are those 2 photos, digital downloads, that is $25. And you can choose to get an 8th grade t-shirt that the students designed and voted on, and that is $10. Ms. Alonso, do you want me to go through the whole slide or? Okay. There is a graduation fee that we are asking for of $20 to set up the outdoor ceremony with decorations and then do a little reception after, and 8th grade awards and the plaques that will be given out. We are planning a Six Flags trip. That cost is $50 for the ticket and the bus. If your student does not have a season pass, if they do have a season pass, then obviously they would bring that, and it is $10 for the bus. We are planning a picnic At Humboldt Park, just for 8th graders, we are asking for $5 to cover the food and drinks to have our picnic. And then we are also planning an 8th grade luncheon at Fogo de Chao. It will be free and paid for by the school as a gift to our 8th graders, but we are asking that you RSVP by May 1st so that we can get a number to Fogo de Chao for how many kids we have going. So all in all, if you choose to do everything on this list for your child, it will be a total of $145. We are asking for everything to be paid by May 14th. You can pay in cash to the office, or you can pay online through like the ePay. If you go to the parents tab, there's an ePay section, and then you can click on if you want to do graduation, or you can pick on I think it's called like, not random, miscellaneous, and you can type in like, I'm paying for Six Flags, I'm paying for the Humboldt Park picnic, or whatever you are choosing to pay for. Okay, wait. Oh, there was questions. Yes, we will be taking a bus that will also be covered for Fogo de Chao. So again, obviously, we know it's a pandemic. We know some of you are more comfortable than others sending your kids to things. So we try to do a variety of indoor and outdoor activities to try to get as many kids involved. They will have to wear masks in any of the indoor activities. I'm not sure about Six Flags.
And the Fogo de Chao will be in a room that seats 100, right? And so we are going to be meeting the Chicago expectations and the CPS expectations. So they're going to be in a room that seats at least 100. I believe if everybody went, we would be at 50 at the very most. So it's inside, but we are going to be able to social distance for that also.
There is a question, if we pay and it turns out that our student is not allowed to participate in the ceremony, will they get reimbursed?
So we're going to answer questions afterwards. We just want to make sure we get all the information out so we can let Ms. Alonso say it in Spanish. So that way we can get all the questions in one place.
Thank you. I was like, document the questions in my mind. Okay, so estos son los costos de la graduación. El único costo que es requerido es el del traje de graduación. Viene con la capa, con el traje, con como un colige que se le pone en la gorra y como un libreto para poner su diploma cuando se la dan. Todo lo demás es opcional. Como mencionamos, el día de graduación va a haber un fotógrafo, les va a estar tomando 2 fotos, una con su traje y otra sin el traje. Si usted gusta que el fotógrafo le dé que le permita bajar la foto, va a ser una foto digital, puede pagar $25 para que el fotógrafo le dé esa copia digital. Hay una playera de 8º grado también opcional, cuesta $10. Los niños votaron por la playera y el diseño. Hay un costo de $20 para decoraciones, para la recepción y premios que vamos a dar el día de graduación. Si los niños gustan ir a Six Flags, son $50. Si tienen un pase, solo son $10 por el autobús. Y tienen que traer su pase, claro. También vamos a tener un picnic en el parque de Humboldt Park y estamos pidiendo si pueden donar $5 para cubrir comida y bebidas que vamos a darle a los niños, y ese día solo va a ser para los niños de 8º grado. También queremos llevar a los niños a un restaurante que se llama Fogo de Chao. Este evento es completamente gratis para los niños. Solo pedimos que si van a participar, que nos dejen saber para no más tarde del 1 de mayo para tener un número exacto para participar. En ese restaurante vamos a estar en un cuarto separado donde la capacidad son 100 personas. Vamos a tener mucho espacio para que los niños se puedan sentar de una manera donde todavía estamos practicando distanciamiento social. El costo total son $145. Lo único que es requerido son los 35. Son $145 por todo lo demás, si usted gusta participar en las otras cosas que tenemos aquí enlistadas. Usted puede pagar en efectivo con Mr. Ortiz en la oficina o puede pagar en la página de internet de la escuela. Ahí hay una opción para pagar digital. Solo tiene que, por favor, mencionar para qué es lo que está pagando. Si usted da $35, por favor, ponga el traje de graduación y el nombre de su alumno. Creo que dan un código. There's like a number or something for the kids, right? Pero ahí le van a, para que sepamos para quién es y para que sepamos para qué es el dinero que usted está entregando a la oficina. Y alguien preguntó en el chat que qué tipo de transportación íbamos a llegar a Fogo de Chao y dijimos que es un autobús, ¿ok?
And then just one more thing, all of the field trips, you will be getting permission slips for your child for each one of these. So you don't have to decide right this second if you want them to go on these trips or not. Each one will have its own separate permission slip. So you don't have to pay all of the fees at one time. You can pay like as you are choosing what you would like them to do.
Vamos a tener una carta de permiso para cada evento. No tiene que pagarlo todo de una vez. Así como vayan acercándose los eventos, vamos a darles a los niños una hoja para que ustedes les den permiso, como lo hacemos típico, ¿verdad? Cuando vamos a un paseo. Y en ese momento es cuando usted puede hacer su pago. Si lo quiere dar en pasos o si lo quiere dar todo junto, es a su discreción.
Una pregunta, ¿todo eso de los paseos y todo es necesario que ellos vayan o es opcional?
Vamos a tener las preguntas al final, pero vamos a anotar esa pregunta, ¿ok, señora?
Ok, sí, está bien, gracias.
Okay, and then lastly, just for your planning purposes, this is a list of important events and dates. I know a lot of parents want to know specifically when is graduation, when is Six Flags and FOGO, so you guys can plan ahead for those dates. Friday, May 28th is the day that we'll be going to Six Flags. That's a Friday before the long weekend. As was said by Ms. Johnson, Ms. Alonso, that we'll have permission slips for all of that, and students will be transported by bus. Thursday, June 10th is the Fogo de Chao luncheon for our 8th grade students. We will again need that RSVP by May 1st, just so we can call the restaurant, plan ahead, know how many seats so we can socially distance accordingly. Wednesday, June 16th will be our 8th grade picnic at Humboldt Park. Again, we will be sending out information to parents. We will be sending out information to parents so that you can get signed up if you wanted to come chaperone, because we will need some help that day for sure. And we'll do some games and stuff like that out there, again, just to celebrate our 8th graders. And then finally, Friday, June 18th is the day. That's our graduation and last day of school for 8th grade students. Fogo de Chao with Mr. Perez, was it 1 o'clock? Was that the time for Fogo, I believe?
Yeah, we're going to be leaving here at 12.
Okay. So again, this information will be sent out after this meeting. Parents will receive an email. Students that are virtual will also receive an email. Students that are attending school, you will get a physical copy of this information with these dates listed on them and the fees, how you can pay, and everything that we've discussed today.
Ok, so esos son eventos importantes. Les queremos dar fechas porque para que puedan planificar sus días. El viernes 28 de mayo es el día que vamos a ir a Six Flags. El jueves 10 de junio es el día que vamos a ir a Fogo de Chao. De nuevo, por favor, si los niños van a asistir, queremos que nos dejen saber, por favor, para el 1 de mayo. El miércoles 16 de junio va a ser el picnic en Humboldt Park. Vamos a necesitar chaperones para ese día. Les vamos a dar, les vamos a decir cómo se pueden anotar para asistir en ese día, porque vamos a querer tener asistencia ese día en todo lo que vamos a hacer con los niños. Estamos planeando jugar algunos juegos con ellos. Les agradecemos si pueden venir a asistir con esos eventos. Y el viernes 18 de junio va a ser el día de la graduación y va a ser el último día para los niños de 8º grado. Oh, y la maestra Williams también dijo, perdón, Why, thank you. Como la maestra Williams dijo también que para los niños que están presentes en la escuela les vamos a dar una copia física en hoja de todo lo que estamos platicando ahorita. Para los niños que están virtual, vamos a darles, mandarles la información en un email y también a los papás para que tengan todas estas fechas anotadas.
Okay, now we can open it up for any questions. If you can use the raise hand feature, if you can, please. Vamos a tener ahora tiempo para preguntas. Si pueden usar disculpe, el herramienta que tiene para alzar la mano, o si no pueden salir de silencio. You can also take yourself off mute, and we will go ahead and answer any questions that you have.
I know there was a question in the chat before about if they pay for all of their graduation fees and then their student does not have the grades to walk at graduation, will they be able to get their money back?
Okay, hay una pregunta de una padre que dice si pagan por todos los costos y los niños no pueden participar en la ceremonia, si van a recibir el dinero para atrás. La respuesta es sí. Pero la única parte de dinero que no van a recibir reembolso es para la capa y la toga. Eso es algo que un niño se compra y un niño se puede llevar esa parte de graduación. Pero las otras, sí. Si han pagado por unas cuantas cosas, sí te vamos a dar la reembolso. The question was, will they be reimbursed? The only thing that is not reimbursable is the cap and gown. The cap and gown is for 8th graders to take home and to keep, and we order those as a requirement for graduation in case there is, in case parents want to use that to take their own pictures and do their own thing.
So we've got a couple of questions in the chat. The first one is, will the parents be able to drive the students to Six Flags and Fogo de Chao?
So parents can drive their students there if they don't want them to be on the bus, but they cannot participate in the dinner in the luncheon at Fogo de Chao. So if you want to drop them off and pick them up, you can do so, but you can't participate in the Fogo de Chao. For Six Flags, that's really up to you. If you want to pay the entrance fee and you want to go and you want to attend, but the students will have to be within the groups that we have if they are going with the school. So there is that, right? La pregunta es si padres pueden manejar a Six Flags o la restaurante Fogo de Chao. La respuesta es claro que sí pueden manejar los niños a la restaurante, pero no pueden participar en la cena que vamos a tener, porque eso es solo para los niños y los maestros. Para la Six Flags, claro que sí que pueden participar si quieren pagar la entrada y el parqueo. Claro que sí que pueden ir a la Six Flags a sus órdenes.
So the second question in the chat is, with the $20 for decoration, is that optional or not? I would like it not to be optional because we want it to look a certain way. We want your babies to go out in style. So we're going to say that $20 is just the fee for graduation. So that means the required fee is going to go up to, I think it's $55 now. So $35 for the cap and gown, $20 for just the graduation fee, so that we can make sure everything looks the way it should be.
La pregunta es si los $20 para decoración y para los premios está opcional. La respuesta es no, esa no es opcional porque estamos ordenando premios para todos los niños, también medallas para los niños y también para poder detener las decoraciones para la obra y donde vamos a estar, tenemos que tener ese dinero de todos, porque ese es para todos. Are there any other questions? You don't have to put them in the chat. You can also unmute yourself.
Yes, I have a question.
Sure.
As far as the graduation, I know you did mention it's outdoors. Is this if weather permits? Do we have a backup plan just in case the weather isn't good?
Yes, we do. Thank you for that question. So our backup,
Umbrellas. No, I'm just kidding.
so our backup plan is to have the graduation then in the auditorium and live stream it for folks. We will then go back to what we had last year, which will be a combination of a hybrid. We'll do an online Zoom ceremony, and then what we will do is have the kids come and do a walk across the stage as we did last year. We're gonna hope and pray that we can be outside, but we will let parents know the night before whether it's going to be outside or inside. The issue with having it inside is that we are not allowed to have then guests be able to spectate, and that's where we are going to run into issues. So we will be live, we would have to live stream it if we do it in the auditorium or do a virtual ceremony and then do a walk across. La pregunta es si no tenemos, si llueve ese día, ¿qué vamos a hacer del segundo paso? Si tenemos algunos, si tenemos la idea que va a llover ese día, 24 horas antes vamos a notificar a todos los padres que vamos a tener la ceremonia virtual y lo vamos a tener por Zoom primero y después vamos a tener la actividad que los niños vienen a nuestra escuela, agarran su diploma y después siguen por la stage y por el auditorio y después salgan a sus carros. En ese tiempo vamos a tener una parada de carros. Any other questions? Algunas otras preguntas.
So we just had one in the chat. It says, is it optional for parents to decorate their cars for graduation?
Parents, you can decorate your cars as much as you would like to for graduation. We encourage it. We will hope to have a parade, right? A car parade afterwards where you can all jump in your car and just continue to circle the school. And beep your horns and really get involved with students who you want to make sure that you're showcasing. La pregunta es si podemos decorar nuestros carros para de graduación. Claro que sí. Lo que queremos hacer es tener un plan de tener una parada de carros para los niños de graduación, para poder circular en la escuela algunas cuantas veces, para poder celebrar los niños que están graduando.
So we have the 2 tickets you get for family members or for anyone else you would like to invite.
So the tickets are you get 2 tickets. You can invite whoever you want with those 2 tickets. Every student will get 2 tickets. And that is just to be sure that we're able to social distance and such. However, I will say we're going to be outside. So if you want to crowd around the gate, if you want to get up on the 606 and you want to watch from the 606 or have someone watch from there, you are more than welcome to do so. I can't stop you from going on that public property, right? La pregunta fue si los boletos que tenemos, cuántos son y para quiénes son. Cada niño va a recibir 2 boletos y cuando vamos a tener la ceremonia afuera, alrededor del afuera, uno puede estar puesto o parada afuera o también en el 606. Esos son propiedades públicos y de ahí uno puede ver la ceremonia. Pero tenemos que tener la distancia social y eso porque tenemos solo 2 boletos para los niños.
I just want to add, we're also going to have a sound system, so you should also be able to hear from, outside of just our park area.
También vamos a tener un sistema de sonidos so uno puede oír la ceremonia fuera de nuestra área de afuera donde vamos a estar. Are there any other questions today?
For the Fogo de Chao, the attire, is it, someone stated business casual, but it seemed like the statement that was made for that was more for the graduation, because you did mention earlier that after the graduation, they will be taking pictures. So does that also apply for the restaurant?
So really, that's a good question. Thank you. So the students should really dress, as business. I think business casual means essentially like, you know, pants and a nice, not a button-up shirt, but at least a collared shirt, a polo shirt, right? That's going to be the time where they're going to be able to be with their friends. They're going to take pictures, and that's going to be the time that we have the award ceremony for them. So 8th graders will have an award ceremony before graduation, so they can wear their medals as they go through, right? As they go through and graduate. And so we want to be sure that as we take pictures of students, that, you know, that they're dressed nicely. And really, it depends on what you constitute as dressing nice, right? Fogo de Chao is a nice restaurant. I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but it is a nice restaurant, and it's considered casual dining. So we're just asking that people do wear casual. La pregunta fue cuáles son cómo uno puede estar vestido el día de Fogo de Chao. Queremos que los niños están vestidos no formales, pero casual, ¿verdad? O también que que tienen unos pantalones que no son maones, que no son de mezclilla, pero son pantalones no formales, pero cómodos. Pero también que tienen unas camisas o playeras que tienen collar. There is a question in the chat. How will we know if a student passes? Great question. La pregunta es, ¿cómo vamos a saber como padres si un niño pase para el próximo nivel? So what we're going to ask is that you continue to stay in contact with your teachers. They are all here, and you will be receiving their progress reports in 5 weeks. So in 5 weeks, you'll be getting the progress report, and you'll really know where they are with all of their grades. And then 4 weeks after that, you'll be receiving their final grades and a letter that says whether they've passed or failed. So you will know before graduation whether they're participating in graduation. La pregunta es, ¿cómo vamos a saber si los niños pasan al próximo nivel? En 5 semanas, cada estudiante van a recibir unos reportes de progreso. Esos reportes de progreso va a ser la primera paso para ustedes de poder de saber dónde están en su progreso de 8º grado y si van a pasar. Y después, 4 semanas después de eso, van a recibir los calificaciones finales y una carta que dice si van a pasar y participar en nuestra ceremonia de graduación.
Hey, Mr. Perez, I just want to clarify again and just make sure I'm following correctly. At this juncture, all students are going to graduate and proceed to high school based on district guidelines or state guidelines. However, if a student has a class where he's not passing, then that student will not be able to participate in any of these events that you have set forth today. Is that accurate?
A little bit. You almost had it. So,
all right, give it to me.
So I'll clarify it again. So all students will be promoted to 9th grade. Cada estudiante va a estar promotivo al 9º grado, que es la escuela secundaria. However, if they have any D's or F's in their classes, they will not be able to participate in graduation, the graduation ceremony, right? They'll be able to participate in all these other things as long as they are where they need to be and they're at with their attendance. But when it comes to grades and attendance, it is the graduation ceremony that they will not be able to participate in.
Thank you for clarifying. Thank you.
No problem.
Sí, mi pregunta fue de hace rato que me adelanté en preguntar que si todos los paseos es necesario que ellos vayan o es opcional.
So the question is, are all the field trips required or are these optional? No, los paseos son opcionales, claro. Si ustedes no se sienten bien que los niños vayan a los paseos, no lo tienen que mandar, no es obligatorio. So field trips are not required for students to attend. However, it is really up to you how you feel about sending your child to the field trips.
Sorry, I have another question. So it's going to be 145, I believe, or something like that. But that it's already include everything, right? Like the Six Flags, the everything.
That's correct.
All depends.
Yes, if you pay 145, that includes everything, and you are all set. That means the T-shirt, the cap and gown, the restaurant, the graduation fee, all of that.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. La pregunta fue por $145, uno puede, eso está pagado por todo, y la respuesta es sí. Si uno paga $145, eso paga por todo. Eso incluye la toga y la capa, eso incluye los fotos y los paseos. What time is graduation starting? That's what the is in the chat. Teachers, what time is graduation starting?
12 noon.
Graduation will start at 12 noon. La graduación va a empezar a las 12 de la tarde y en este momento vamos a estar afuera. And at this time, it will be outside.
And we'll open up the playground at about 11:15 for you guys to come in and get seated.
Y vamos a abrir el parque donde vamos a estar como a las 11:15 para poder ustedes estar sentados. What time should students come to school? Ms. Collier, I'm gonna let you get that one.
Students should come to school at the regular time. So they should come at 9 a.m. because the photographer will be there. And so ideally, we'd like them to be all dressed and cute, and then they can walk through the photographer line. So by the time they come out for graduation, after graduation, you can go and celebrate.
Los niños deben de estar ese día a las 9 de la mañana en la escuela para poder demarcar los asistencia y también para poder tomar las fotos que vamos a tener profesionales para los niños aquí en nuestra escuela. Will that be remote or in person? So that graduation is going to be in person at the moment, and we will let everybody know if it is remote the night before, and that will be only because of weather. Right. La graduación va a estar en persona, so estamos preguntando que los niños estar aquí a las 9 de la mañana para poder demandar y tomar esas fotos en tiempo. Are there any other questions? ¿Hay algunas más preguntas?
The payment, are you accepting it via cash, money, check, money order, credit card? How can we pay for these?
All right, so great question. La pregunta es cómo uno puede pagar por los costos de graduación. So you can pay for graduation in cash in the main office or in a money order. We can take a money order. We cannot take personal checks. But you can also pay with a credit card or debit card online using our ePay system, which is on our website. If you go to yateselementary.org and you click ePay, all you have to do is put in your student number and then type in graduation fee if you're going to pay for the entire thing under miscellaneous, or you can also pay for each piece of it at that time as well. And all of that is done on our website. All of your students received a video on how to do that. So if they just check their email, it'll show them how to go ahead and pay for the costs online. So uno puede pagar en efectivo en nuestra oficina. También uno puede pagar por nuestro sitio web que es yateselementary.org y pueden imprimirle el botón que dice ePay. En ese botón se van a llevar a un sitio web que uno puede pagar usando la identificación de estudiante. So, uno necesita la identificación, el número de identificación del estudiante. Después ahí tiene que poner, tiene que imprimir y poner que van a estar pagando por los costos.
I also have another question. When will their class t-shirts be given to them? Is it going to be before the Six Flags field trip so they can wear it on Six Flags Day?
That is a good question. We just ordered them, so they should be here any day now, actually in 2 weeks. So hopefully they'll be here by then. Ms. Collier and the rest that are here, I'm going to have to hand this over to you because I am being called out for an emergency. So I will be back. Okay.
Okay. So Ms. Alonso, you'll have to help translate. So I got another one in here. Do students get to pick what to wear on the Six Flags trips? You do. But you know my rules. You have to look appropriate. So as long as you're representing Yates, you can wear shorts, you can wear your sandals, you can have fun, but it has to be appropriate, right? Like, so we're sassy, we're not sexy. And yeah, that's how I'll put it for girls. And gentlemen, I don't know what words I can use, but we definitely want you to be appropriate. Now you've got a wide range. You can wear shorts, you can wear your jeans. I guess I may live with your hats because you'll be in your park. But appropriate. So
Ms. Collier, also, I just wanted to add really quickly, ladies, if we're gonna be outside, just be mindful of the height of your heels. You know, with the dirt and stuff.
Right,
and then
right,
also
yes.
it's not cute when you're wearing 6-inch heels and falling down the stairs. So just again, if you can't walk in them, don't wear them.
That's for graduation. If you want to wear heels to Six Flags, good luck. Yeah, I will bring some gym shoes. So Miss Alonso, if you'll just say we are appropriate, and I'm going to be kind of loose with that, but y'all know how I am.
La pregunta era que si los alumnos pueden usar cualquier tipo de ropa que gusten y la contestación es sí, mientras sea un vestuario apropiado. Que se acuerden los niños que están representando la escuela y no queremos que las niñas enseñen más de lo que deben como papás. Yo sé que ustedes me entienden. So just, solamente si es el día de algún paseo, de algún evento, por favor asegúrense de ver que sus hijos salen de la casa y sus hijas salen de la casa vestidos apropiados para representar la escuela. Y Ms. Delgado dijo que las niñas para el día de la graduación que tomen en cuenta el tamaño del tacón. Si es difícil caminar en el tacón, vamos a estar afuera ahorita en este momento. So no queremos que las niñas tengan algún accidente. So nada más que tomen en cuenta eso cuando se están vistiendo, por favor.
Any last questions for you guys? Oh, there's a cute baby. Well, I just want you guys to know that we are so committed to having a great graduation and celebrating the success. We are going to celebrate everything we can celebrate during this times. I am super excited to see your children walk across the stage. So make sure they get to class on time every day, because we got those 3 requirements: on class, on time, every day, and we're going to pass. And I've already asked my teachers to work hard to make sure they pass. So let's do it so that June can be a lot of fun, because I'm looking forward to Fogo de Chao.
Dice el asistente principal que se aseguren los niños de cumplir los requisitos para poder asistir a la ceremonia. Tienen que estar en todas las clases. No solamente pueden entrar a las que gusten y a otras no. Tienen que atender todas las clases. También que se aseguren de hacer su trabajo y de, I can't remember what else you said, Ms. Collier, it was a lot. Pero que solamente que ella está contenta, que quiere celebrar con los niños, está muy contenta de poder asistir Fuego de Chao, queremos llevar a todos los niños, va a ser una experiencia muy, muy significativa para todos.
También dijo que se aseguren a que los niños asistan a tiempo, no llegar tarde a la clase.
Sí, también hay algunos niños que llegan tarde a clase y nosotros ya tomamos asistencia y no van a mi clase, van a la otra, no van a esta. Asegúrense, por favor, que estén en clase al horario que tienen que estar ahí. Todos los maestros van a tomar asistencia. So, por favor, recordarle a sus hijos que se conecten al tiempo que tienen que estar ahí.
All right, parents and 8th graders, with that, it's just about 5:55, so we're going to close it out. You can call us. We'll be here every day. You can email us. You can email your teachers. You can email me. 8th graders know how to G-chat me, so ask me any questions, ask Mr. Perez. And we just thank you guys for being here. We're going to close it out. So go ahead, Ms. Alonso, to keep all that.
Si alguien tiene alguna pregunta, nos puede mandar un mensaje. Ya saben cómo comunicarse con nosotros. si necesitan algo, aquí estamos para atenderlos.
All right, guys. See you guys. Let us know what you need.
Thank you. Bye.